Hey, Faithful, welcome back to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. Today we're going to talk about the second preseason game against the Raiders. I just finished watching it. It was just on, so this is instant reaction. So let's get right into it. But first, of course, got to do the normal. If you like what you see, please comment, like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. Both anywhere you're watching this, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on TikTok, wherever, comment, like, subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. So, I got to talk about the last play of the game first. Jake Moody. We all are on pins and needles every time he's ready to kick. He missed an earlier kick in the game, 53 yards, 54 yards, something of that nature. But the last play of the game, 59-yard field goal to win the game. 59 yards. And he didn't miss. It wasn't even shanking or anything. It was pretty good. Yeah, he missed the 53-yard. I don't know about you, but kicking a field goal, everyone's thinking, oh, this is an easy thing. Why did all these kickers keep missing? Oh, he sucks. What? Kicking is not that easy. I think he's getting his confidence back. This is preseason, game on the line, 59-yard field goal. And he won the game for the Niners. Come on. Give the kid some credit. Yes, I'm sure we're still going to be all on pins and needles pretty much the whole season whenever he goes out to make a kick. Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. But give him his kudos today. Yeah, he missed the 53, but he made the game-winning 59-yard TD kick, field goal. I'm excited. So, had to get that out there. Give the kid some kudos. All right, let's get back into it. First quarter, Brock Purdy, he only was out there for one series. Did pretty decent. I got the stats up on the screen that I'm looking right behind my camera. So 5 of 7, 66 yards. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown. They got the field goal. But it was still a good series. I think the only issue and I saw this throughout the whole game. It didn't matter who was out there. We were having issues running outside. Whenever they ran the ball inside, we were still getting good yards, 3, 4, sometimes they broke it for 8, whatever. It's when we were going outside is when the tackles for loss were happening. So that's something, again, preseason, they see it. That's something that they'll have to correct. All right, what was going on that we couldn't get the ball outside? Otherwise, that first series, Brock Purdy did pretty good, I thought. Ricky Pearsall. I'm glad I didn't get his jersey last year. He has number 1. So now I'm still up in the air. I have a Kittle jersey already, but I want to get because I'm a veteran, and Kittle is always out there supporting veterans. I would like to get a salute to service Kittle jersey. I don't have a McCaffrey jersey yet, so I want to get a McCaffrey jersey. But I'm also I'm pretty high so far on Ricky Pearsall. I also want to get a Fred Warner one. I wouldn't mind a Demo one, and so on. But I'm kind of looking into that number 1 Ricky Pearsall jersey. He did really good. I think he's going to be a huge help the first 4 to 6 games of the season. Actually, the whole season for that matter. Now, after that, I thought after the first series, defense came up. They did okay. And then after that, it started coming in the second stringers and third stringers more. Yeah, there were some of those. We didn't play every starter. Obviously, CMC wasn't out there. Trent Williams wasn't out there. Fred Warner wasn't out there. Nick Bosa wasn't out there. So they still did pretty good on that first series. Second series, Third series, fourth series, I think Mac Jones did really good. His stats were 13 of 16, 135 yards. Yes, and he threw the interception. Yeah, that was on him. That particular one was on him. And even when Bradley came in, he did okay. He didn't turn the ball over. Yeah, he had a few that probably could have been, but 8 of 13 for 96 yards. He got him into position to get the tying field goal. And then he got him into position for that 59-yard field goal. I don't think it was on him fully with the misses on that last drive. They could have got a little closer, but it still worked out in the end. I thought Jeff Wilson looked pretty good. He had 8 rushes for 16 yards, 9 longest, and a TD. But he's he runs guard tackle. And he did pretty good, I thought. Unfortunately, Kiner, I thought he was going to be outstanding, and he started outstanding. Even the play that he got hurt on, that was a great play. I still haven't quite heard if it's ACL or high ankle sprain or whatever, but they had to cart him off. He didn't look, it looked like, he was in some pain, but it didn't look like, he's grasping his ankle and he's, I can't help it, I hurt so bad. No, didn't look that horrible. So let's hope and pray that he'll be back in a week or so, maybe, by the beginning of the season. I think Vaughn did pretty good. I think Taylor did okay. Well, okay is the main word there. He could have done better. Receiver-wise, Robbie Chosen did really good. 5 catches, 92 yards, 30-yard long one. Great job for Robbie Chosen. Robinson did 3 for 44. Pearsall, like I said, he only was in those 3. He caught 3 passes for 42 yards, a 21-yard longest one. I thought he did really good. Even Tariq Owens finally caught a catch, a decent one for 17 yards. So, all in all, I think the team did okay. Did better, definitely better than last week. So they did some improvements. They see what needs to be fixed. Speaking of something that needs to be fixed, I'm almost feeling that one of the 2 defensive players that ran into each other, that let that tight end for the Raiders be wide open on the right side. Yeah. One of them ain't going to be on the team, if not both of them. I don't know. That was a talk about a blown play when it's really blown when you run into your own player. So, yeah, I think this is going to help narrow down what they need. We still have injuries, and obviously, like I mentioned earlier, Kiner with his foot, ankle, whatever it is, hopefully it's not that bad. I liked the defense with the pressures. I want to say 4 sacks total. Let's see if I can find that here on the... Let me bring this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. This is right off 49ers.com. So 49ers had 5 penalties for 30 yards. Not horrible. Not bad for a full game. Only 5 penalties, and it was only 30 yards. We definitely got the time of possession. Totally got the total net yards. Let's see if I can find a defensive thing here. I might have to go to a... I might have to go to like ESPN or something. Let's do that. How about we do that? Yeah, there it is. Takeaways, Brock Purdy. Let's look at that. Ashton Genty. That
this is Jess.
That
Peloton
whole
instructor, educator, game changer.
thing,
She needs her money to
why am I
work as
still
hard as
getting
she does.
Noise to this.
That's why she uses US.
There. Ashton Genty. He got the touchdown, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think he got the touchdown. I thought the ball was coming out of his hands as he was passing the goal line. So it's not really in his hands. So I don't see how they can call that a touchdown for him. But the Raiders, another Raider landed on it in the end zone. So it was still technically a touchdown, but I don't think that was it should be technically his touchdown. He still did pretty good, especially after that hit. He went in the blue tent and still came out and got that touchdown. So good for Genty. But let's see what we got here. First quarter, that's the scoring summary. Where is team stats? That's what I want. Rushing. What about fumbles, interceptions thrown? They threw 2 interceptions. Yeah, we threw the 1. Trying to look for the full defensive stats. It's here. Receiving. Defense. Here we go. I knew ESPN had something. Sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sacks. They had 6 sacks? No. Oh, tackles for loss. We had 6 tackles for loss, which was awesome. How many sacks did they have? 2? No, they're 2. Yeah, they had 2 sacks. We had 4. What's that? Quarterback hits. We had 8. They had 7. Chase Lucas, he got a sack and an interception. Awesome on him. Jalen Mahoney with the interception. Awesome on him. The kick returns were kind of 25 and 27 longest. Yeah, I guess that's average. It'd be nice if they could have got most of them to the 30, but I don't even think they did that. Some of them were, some of them weren't. So that's something that they'll have to work on, but it's still okay. They didn't fumble the ball. They didn't lose the ball in any way. I think it went well. And again, like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, Jake Moody, 5 of 6, his long one, 59 yards. Awesome. They both, he had 16 total points. Yeah, he could have had 19. But I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. He did a good job. Like I mentioned, anything over 50, kicking is not as easy as it looks. Trust me. How did Bryce Huff do? He only had the one tackle. I think that's something that myself, from what I saw during the game, one of the biggest things that the Niners will have to work on is to get the outside run better. Lombardi, he likes to say, stop the run, have more fun. Well, I think it works for the offensive players as well. If you can't run, you're not going to have any fun. So, because then you'll become one-dimensional. Those outside runs just weren't working. They have to figure out what they're doing and improve on that. So once they get that taken care of, and I think they will, especially since, like I mentioned, they had some starters during that first series for both offense and defense, but after that, it was just the backups and some of the only, I guess mentioned Trent Williams, CMC, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. They all didn't play. So we'll see how it goes. First game of the season in Seattle. This game itself, I was very happy with. Especially the end. I'm happy Jeff Wilson Jr. is back on the team. I think he will make the 53-man roster, especially with Kiner going down too. And I think we have a good chance of winning the first game. The second, I'm still saying 12 plus wins this season. So take that as you will. Good job all around. Not a great job. Good job all around. Let's take the win. Let's take what we can, the team can learn and get better. One more game against the Chargers next Saturday. And then cut down. That's going to be tough. Cut down to 53. And then 16 on the practice squad. See how it goes. So, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. Tune in next week after the game against the Chargers, and I'll go over that. And don't forget, on Thursdays, I do a 49ers Trivia Thursday. Look for that. And you guys all have a great weekend. Football season is back. Go Niners.